Today we're going to be planting some fruit tree saplings, and they've been sitting in a hardware store for probably a very long time. So we're going to soak the roots, kind of give them a head start today. Okay, they're going to saturate. I'm going to put these guys back in the shade.
Okay, so what's up?
So we've only got enough space in the bucket for the 3, and we're going to let the burlap bags kind of saturate and absorb the water. And in the meantime, I'm going to put these 2, I've got a pear and an apple, back in the shade. We're going to be planting these first today. You don't want to leave the young saplings in the sun in this state because they're in a dormant state. They've been tricked into thinking that it's winter. So if you leave them in the sun, they kind of go into shock. So this is part of the reason why I'm saturating the roots, to kind of simulate, because we have so much sun right now, even though it is November, to simulate kind of a springtime atmosphere. I think we actually have room for one more, so we're going to try and squeeze it in. And it'll draw the water up into the root ball at the bottom. So as long as the bottom of the bag is in there, it should be all right. Cool. So we're going to be planting our apples and pear saplings over here in a more sheltered part of the yard because we get such intense sun in Spain. So we have this huge canopy from this oak tree that gets kind of dappled sunlight throughout the day, so it's kind of our fake clouds. So it'll be a little cooler and it won't suffer the heat damage that a lot of apples do here in Spain. Also our pears, which need something a little sunnier but still relatively sheltered, are going to go down on the lower part here. And, sorry, out of breath, came running across the finca. So we have to do 2 of each. The thing about pears and apples is that they don't pollinate themselves. They will pollinate other varieties of the same species, but they don't pollinate themselves. So we're going to have 2 different kinds of pear trees and 2 different kinds of apple trees so we can have fruit. It's kind of a double or nothing kind of a deal. So we're going to get started placing, and then we're going to start digging our holes. So here you can see our soil is kind of compacted, which is why we don't have a whole lot of undergrowth here. It's still very good soil because we're very close to a river, but we're gonna need to break it up, which is why we have a pickaxe. And pickaxe is going to loosen the soil, and then we're going to dig the holes with the shovels. We're going to need the holes to be about 2 feet deep and twice as big as the root ball of the trees we're planting. So we're going to get started.
Marked places for our first couple trees, and we need a good enough distance apart so they can, so they can pollinate each other essentially, right, and not get in each other's way.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so we're going to start. We're using the pickup to break up the soil, and then we use the shovel. So what we've discovered is it's good if you do a couple holes. You got 2 people, you can alternate from the guy who does the loosening up the soil and the person that shovels out the loose soil. So that's what Anna's doing right now. She's shoveling out the loose soil. And I'm going to continue to work on this hole over here and try to loosen that bastard up.
But it is
apart into little pieces like this.
Yeah, I get little splinters of wood that come out, but man, it's...
You got a good sharp, this is kind of blunt.
Yes.
You can sharpen your pickaxe, you can get through things pretty well.
It's rough.
There we go. Woo! Alright, so we brought our tree over and we're going to see if it's deep enough. I don't think that's plenty deep. But we're going to put down a little bit of soil so that it's not right on compact soil, because you need good loose soil all around so the roots have places to go. Think that'll be enough?
Let's see. Got enough to cover the bottom? We want to make it, put the tree back in. We want to make it so that first nub is 2 inches above ground level, so we've got a little bit more to go.
Oh, we want to fill it up higher. Okay.
Yeah.
So too deep.
Yeah, it is too deep. Wow, we did a good job.
Alright, we went a little bit overkill in digging the hole. We had to fill it up about halfway again. But it's good because it'll have lots of loose soil. You want to give it lots of extra room to grow. So you want, when you have compact ground like this, you're wanting the soil to be really loose all around it, like I said before.
You can see too, there's about an inch or two of the bottom of the stump that's going to be sticking above ground level. And that's so we don't end up with rot. So it's alright if the burlap sticks up, and we're going to actually bury the burlap because it's going to just decompose, and it's kind of like a dry material compost.
If nothing happens soon, I look out at the night to see a shut up by the moon. You're an angel witch, you're an angel witch. You're an angel witch, you're an angel witch.
And there we are. That is how you plant a tree. Now over the next couple days it will kind of settle the base, and if we need to we can fill it in with a little bit more dirt. What they do here in Spain as well is sometimes they let it settle and form a bowl so it can hold more water. But as we're heading into winter, I think we'll probably keep it topped up so we don't end up with ice around the base of the tree. And that's it. Pretty simple.